enjoying like our jam. So what you guys don't get to see is me and Amber just like jamming awkwardly, like white girl dancing. If that, like Night at the Roxbury, there we go. It's like you guys can see.
Yeah, like
Night at the Roxbury. Like I can't bop my head with a concussion, but like I can do this, and it's really awkward and it's fun. And then Amber is like, So we're good. Anyways, hello, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
For those of you just watching and not listening, I look naked because I'm wearing a pink shirt. Good job. Yeah, this is the Broadway Fan Club. I am Heather, the lovely lady with the pink and purple locks. To my left, your right, is the wonderful Amber. And you can hear the text type, and that means she is sending all of our group members and all of our pages, like 73 of them. I've seen it in person. It's a real thing. She's letting everybody know that we've got a show tonight.
It's true. And, they know. They're like, we know. We're getting the notifications.
All of them. That's good. I want to know who gets the most notifications. Like, I really want to take a poll and be like, who is part of all of our groups?
The most groups.
Yes. Who is the ultimate super fan? Like, fight it out to the death. And I feel bad because remember, one of my New Year's resolutions was to like look nice for the podcast, like do it up and like whatever. I got like some like crazy kinky hair. I put lipstick on for you guys. You're welcome. And I think I still have some like black face paint on my face somewhere because I did. I was at Comic Con for the last 4 days. I did Jack Skellington yesterday. Hey, Olivia. Oh, my voice went really high. That was fun. And I have to show this. I have not shown Amber this yet. And I'm so freaking excited. So MegaCon here in Orlando, super massive Comic-Con. I hosted a couple of trivia panels. I got to see our friends. I don't know if you guys are part of like Spirit Jersey social media, but if you are, you would have seen me like all over it. I got to do a fun live with Bippity Boppity Beard and Don. Oh my God, he's going to kill me for messing up his last name, but he's like the guy that knows way too much about Lord of the Rings, and they're both lovely and wonderful. And we're going to have a whole video together because it was a whole Lord of the Rings release, and I'm super excited. Hi, Dad. Oh, Dad loves you too, Amber. You're adopted.
Oh, hi, Dad. See, I can't see the screen right now because I'm in post heaven.
That's why I told you, posting heaven.
I appreciate you.
But oh, Cheyenne. Well, hello, one and all. To say it's been an interesting 12 hours for this gal is an understatement. Oh, Cheyenne. One of these days, I just want you to come in. If you want to join us right now, you're more than welcome to. If you want to throw that cam on, that's fine. It's been a weird. I haven't stopped. I have not stopped. Let's see. I went up. Amber, what day did I go up to meet up with you? The 23rd? Let me look. I'm going to look at my calendar. Thank goodness for calendars in my phone. I went up to New York on the 24th of January. Whew, my camera just got light. And oh God, don't apologize, Cheyenne. And so I did that. And then that night I saw Ryan and Gatsby. I was a happy girl. And we'll talk about that. And then the next day, Amber and I met up with Rachel and Sebastian. So Rachel, Amber, and I went to Cabaret. Whoop, whoop. And Amber has now been collecting MCs like the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
All she's missing is Marsha. One day. But you're collecting them like Infinity Stones or Pokemon. Totally fine. Cheyenne says, I got to figure out how to do it via my phone since that's how I watch. Let's see. Let's just invite her to join us. Why not? This is fun. Hold on, Cheyenne. Cheyenne, send me a message on Facebook so I can pop it up. And it'll pop you up. This is fun. This is what happens. Oh, you're apologizing to Olivia. Oh, I just saw Olivia saying, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Olivia says, I need to say one of my closest friends just passed away unexpectedly last night. Olivia, I am so sorry. Well, hopefully me drinking caffeine and telling you guys all about our crazy adventures will help cheer you up a smidgen. But we love you.
And we get to talk about Olivia in our adventures because you were
yes,
there.
we do. You're part of it, Olivia.
You're part of it, Olivia.
Yes, you were part of the adventures, which is so much fun. Yeah, we actually, yes, we'll talk about that in extent. I'm so excited because we did our meetup, which was so much fun. We got to hang out with Olivia for a little bit and eat cookies at our favorite place, at Schmackery's.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I might have like 8 more Schmackery's cookies in my freezer.
That's so funny.
And we'll tell you why, which is so fantastic. So we did that. And then that night, so Saturday night, Amber and I went back to Connecticut. And then
we saw
Cabaret. Oh, I'm sorry.
Show.
We did see another show. What show did we see, Amber?
We saw Drag the Musical.
Yes, we did.
And who did we meet?
I mean, we met everybody, but we got to meet our new bestie, Ariel, there. Hello.
I mean, our new bestie, Ariel. And who did we get to meet that we didn't think we would get to meet?
Oh. She puts me on the spot. Oh, you mean Adam Pascal?
Yes.
Oh, that did happen. Yeah. I was saving that for the meetup. Guys, I'm such a rent head and I love it. And like I've had the opportunity to meet Anthony Rapp. Adam Pascal is like one more check away, and then I will have met like the entire original cast. And so yeah, Adam came out. I had actually messaged Tomas. I was like, I would love to be able to meet up with him because he's going to be on the Broadway cruise next month. And Tomas is like, he's like, next week. What?
We have a show next week. A very important show.
Yes, we have lots of important shows, but we have a really important show next week. We'll tell you about it in a hot second. I can't talk. This is great. But yes, but Adam came out and like literally Amber and I were like one of 4 people at the stage door because everyone else is like coming from the show. So, yes, hold on. Cheyenne says message sent, and there it is. Testing, not super up for coming on tonight. I get it. Yes, next week, done. But we love you, Cheyenne. So Adam came out and I was like, hi. And I was like, we're going to be on a cruise together. He's like, oh, you're going to be on the Broadway cruise. I'll see you then. And like, that was my whole interaction. I was like, just want to say you are amazing and we love you. And you might be better than Joey McIntyre that he went to his train. Then we went back to Connecticut. Right?
Connecticut, where I had a boatload of puppies.
Oh my God, guys. How many puppies were there? 7? 6?
8 puppies.
8? There was around there. Amber was fostering a really cute pitty, and she had all the babies. And we got back, I think it was like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and we had to move like the giant crate that they were all in. And here I am completely delirious, and I'm just playing with all the potatoes. And there were so many of them. And one of them has like the phantom mask that I just named Fanny because it's a girl, Phany. And then Amber has her favorite,
Fiona.
Yes, we were just having fun naming and renaming the puppies, and she's no longer fostering the pups. But yeah,
they're
and then
actually all separated from mama now in their own individual foster homes.
Poor babies.
So they're little grown-ups now. They're learning how to be big grown-up pups.
And they all have like the blue eyes coming in, which I didn't know was a puppy thing. That's
they're
really
so
cool.
cute.
Oh my God, so cute.
It's like a puppy and a kitten thing.
It is. And you've got kittens coming soon too, but you have plenty of fur tax coming your way, guys. And then let's see, on the 27th, oh my God, we had the one and only Michael Drolet on the show.
Yeah.
And we had like a very wicked episode. So we got to hang out a little bit, not really talk much show stuff. And then, I went back down to New York on the 31st. It's weird to say down to New York because I'm always going up to New York. And I did something really cool on the 31st that you guys may have seen some pictures and videos and social media stuff on. Anybody want to take a stab at it? Anybody? Amber, what did I do on the 31st?
I'm so bad with dates. But you know what I was just thinking?
What?
It was so good that we were together for the Michael episode because we had tech issues that we've never had before, and we like needed to be together to troubleshoot those issues.
Oh, Amber just said we needed to be together. You really do love me.
You know what I mean? Because like the only way to troubleshoot those issues was for
being in the
us to
same room.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. No, 100%. Exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
That was let me refresh your memory on the 31st. We were invited as the Broadway fan club. Amber was unable to get off, but we were able and invited to Influencers Hour and Friends and Family at the brand new Schmackeries at Union Square. So we have lots of cookies and got to hang out. Go ahead.
I said I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah. We hung out with the new owners, Alex and Cece, and Johnny and Zach were there. And Amber and I made bracelets, and we just had a great time. And then I brought Amber cookies when she came back on Saturday, where we got to see Romeo and Juliet. Holy moly. Holy moly, guys. Whoa. I cannot wait for us to talk about it.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. And then Amber finally got to come with me to go see the 20-Sided Tavern.
Yes, that was such a fun night.
It was so much fun. It was like one of those things that was just, I was happy she was there. It was a really fun night. We got some great photos and videos and got to see Shelby and got to hang out with Diego for a little bit. Got to meet like Murray and like the rest of the cast that's there. And guys, you guys are going to get really tired of seeing the 20-Sided Tavern, but in the best way possible because we love them and they say they love us. So we'll see what happens. Jasmine was supposed to be on the show tonight, but they had to do a show. So no harm, no foul. And we'll eventually have them back on the show. And then, Sunday I decided I was going to take off from a matinee and I did something really crazy. And so exciting. Amber, do you remember what I did then?
What did you do? Oh, you went. Oh, shit.
So there.
You went to like an event.
I went to Life and Trust.
Oh, no. I was confusing this with the boating. Was it a boating thing that you were supposed to go to?
Boating? A boating thing?
Your friend like had a thing you were supposed to go. I don't know.
Okay. Amber and I both have migraines tonight, so this is going to be I don't know show. And it's our 40th, so that works.
Rare form,
guys. But yeah, so I did Life and Trust, and that was insanity. I cannot wait to talk about that. So much cool stuff happened. And then, I went home Monday, and that's when we did our podcast last Tuesday. I'm catching you guys all up on the schedule. When I got back when we got back Monday, we had Stephen Tewksbury on the show Tuesday, which we are so appreciative of, and we love Tuke so much. I literally had one day, and then I went into MegaCon, which is where this whole damn conversation started from. And Amber, can I show you my new obsession now?
Absolutely.
We feel like we need like dun, 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 dun.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to switch screens.
Ooh. Okay.
Cute.
So, it's not as big as it looks, but that sounds really inappropriate. For those of you just listening, I have this really cool bag from a new line called Vendula, which my friend Shauna over at Cordy's Corner had me wear all week because it matched all of my spooky little cosplays. There is a black and white striped awning, and this all glows in the dark. And it's an ice cream parlor. So on the back it says, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. And then wait for it. So all the flavors, but then these doors freaking open.
I was going to say the doors are super cute.
I have to get my finger into it because doing this backwards looks really, really weird. But the doors open, and inside of it, it has
obsessed with the doors.
Once or ice cream bowl. We all scream for ice cream. And then there's chilling eats and terrifying treats. And then this artist always sneaks in cats and bats and stuff. So I love it. And yeah, so this is my new obsession. And then Shauna actually is generous, and she said if anybody is interested in looking at the new Vendula line, that she'll give them 15% off. So I will post a code later if you guys want 15% off for a new bag. It's like they have a whole city. It's so cool. Yeah, Cheyenne's super
Honestly,
cute.
what goes better with Broadway hand in hand than like Spooky Halloween?
Spooky. Well, they also have everything's like dogs and cats. They have like the front of a taxi cab, and it's a dog and a cat driving. Mm-hmm. They have like the Statue of Liberty, and it's a cat. Or like they have like a clock shop, and there's like pocket watches, like legit tells time, like really cool stuff. Nice. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, did I talk enough for you to send everything to all of her groups?
You did. Nailed it.
She makes me do this every week, guys. You're like, oh my God, Heather, shut up. And I'm like, nope. That's what
there's a method behind our madness.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Sometimes.
Hold on. Tukes is messaging me right now because we had a member reach out for a question. So I'm responding to him right now. Amber, take it away. They're tired of listening to me talk.
Yes, we have some Broadway news. Some of it is from last week. We're just merging our news. So, you might have heard this, previously, but that's okay. We're just recapping what's been going on the last couple of weeks. We have Boop the Musical getting ready for its Broadway debut. Woo-hoo. They have their previews beginning on March 11th, opening at the Broadhurst Theater. The box office will open on February 11th. So in like tomorrow. Is that tomorrow?
When you say February 7th?
11th. So tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Tickets will come tomorrow. Okay.
In-person ticket buyers will be able to participate in giveaways and buy from a limited number of $50 tickets to the preview performances. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really excited for Boop. I can't wait to see how they bring this cartoon to Broadway. And I am a tapping ass bitch.
I am tempted to go to the other side of my crazy room and get the giant. I'm going to wait till next week. My Pauline Commander dedicated to me drawing of Betty Boop. When I was 5.5. Yes. So I'm very excited. I love Betty Boop. Love.
Yeah. I love tap. I'm a tap girl. I think it's a very tap heavy musical from what I hear. Yes. So, ooh, look at this fancy new layout.
I'm here for it. So StreamYard changes stuff on us all of the time. And that's totally fine. But yes, it is a new fancy layout, isn't it?
Totally fine, yeah.
And as Cheyenne says, right. Boop, boop, boop.
Next up on Broadway news, we have our robotic future show, maybe happy ending.
Robotic future show.
A robotic future show. I'm trying to do the robot. They have some announced shows for their understudies. So that's really awesome. In the roles of Claire and Oliver.
Cool.
We have Hannah Cavett playing Claire February 18th through the 23rd. And Stephen Hunn and Christopher James Tamayo will be alternating as Oliver March 22nd through 29th.
Yeah.
These roles are typically played by Helen J. Shen and Darren Criss, as we know. So good for them getting some time off. That means they're doing something right.
I love that. It's kind of a conversation. Oh my God, was there like the Super Bowl or something last night? But there was a whole conversation I had with one of my friends of like, I'm wondering if they're doing it so people could say, okay, our understudies have had the opportunity to blossom like other shows are doing, or are they required by contract to be put in for a certain amount of shows? It's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the stars are just taking a vacation. You never know.
I mean, they're allowed to. I cannot wait for you to actually see Maybe Happy Ending.
I'm so excited to see this show. I cannot wait.
You're going to lose your mind. You're going to become a fellow Firefly. It's going to be great.
Yes. Soon. The countdown is on.
When is it that you're seeing it?
Month, March 8th. It's the same day as Redwood.
Oh, did you also get me a ticket for Maybe Happy Ending, or am I on my own that night?
I mean, I bought 2 tickets to every show that that I'm seeing. So if you'd like
He's
to
so
go,
good to me.
you can go.
But yes, go ahead.
Yes. But yeah, I'm very excited. The dates, not that I don't love an understudy, but the dates that these understudies are performing are not the dates that I have tickets to the show. So I'm very excited to see the show in all its glory.
Yeah. One song, Glory.
One song, Glory. Adam freaking Pascal was so cool.
Oh, wait. Has Bob freaking Mackey been replaced with Adam freaking Pascal?
I mean, I'll freaking I'll put the freak in everything.
Guys, I think we have a new merch. Amber puts the freak in everything. The Broadway fan club. Amber puts the freak in everything. I told you guys it's going to be a weird 40th episode.
Yeah.
And honestly, I came up with this fun fact that I misnumbered the episodes way early on. We had 2 episode number 2s. And it's only because I've been uploading our episodes to Spotify. And I was like, oh, Act 1, Act 2, Act 2. Nope, those are different shows. So if you want to listen on Spotify, you can. You can also watch us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Very cool.
Book of Faces. Yes, it's very exciting. I love it.
Very cool.
You can freak both of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that permission. I will honestly take it. I will take it.
Cheyenne, we love you.
Love you so much. All right, next up on the news, Olivier winner Operation Mincemeat will be getting performances at the Golden Gate Theater on February 15th. That they will open officially on March 20th.
Oh, hey, Amber, do we run the fan group for that?
We do. Join us. The crew has been fully assembled from the London cast. So the full London cast is transferring and making their Broadway debut, which is very exciting.
It's so cool. It's like record-breaking everything.
Just announced all their understudies. So check out our groups. You can find out the full cast, which we have announced. And it will be very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeffrey Cohen, will you ever do a Zoom show? I don't know if you mean, what do you mean by that?
Like where people can interact with us too. That's a kind of cool idea.
Like a full round table. Yeah, I mean maybe down the road. So right now with StreamYard, we're only allowed a certain amount of people in the studio. But maybe down the road, it's something we're shopping. We're looking at different virtual studios to make it more accessible for our guests. Should we tell people about our guest lineup right now, just so you know what to expect when upcoming?
Honestly, it's a natural segue. We might as well.
It is a natural segue. I know Amber is bursting from the seams to announce our guest for next week.
So excited.
Go ahead.
Her name is Gloria Schmidt. She something, and she don't give a shit.
So if you haven't seen Drag's musical, that is a song. Very, very lovely performance there, Amber. Elaine Marcos, we cannot wait to have her on the show. She is hysterical and lovely.
She's like the villain of the show.
She plays 5 bajillion characters, Drag the musical.
She does. She plays 3 characters, and the majority of her characters are the bad guys of the show. So I'm very interested to see. Well, I mean, they're just they're like the IRS and landlord.
The IRS is wonderful. The IRS are not the bad guys. That's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
IRS. That's why I'm holding the law.
Put it in quotes because I didn't mean it.
No, but people can't hear the quotes.
Oh. Start quote, end quote.
And then Amber, who do we have on the 24th?
And then on the 24th, we have Matt DeAngelis, the coolest guy around.
Yeah. And if that name sounds familiar to you, or if it doesn't, shame on you. Swept Away. Come on.
Swept Away.
Saloon Sessions.
Yes.
We are freaking excited. And if you watched our Justin Sargent episode, Matt is Justin's workout buddy. So
workout buddy.
Yeah. Great. But Matt was so kind and ready to jump in. And then, should we tell them who's coming on the third? We love the IRS.
I'm dead. First off, I'm cracking up. That's amazing. That's so funny.
Should we announce who's on the third yet?
By golly, let's do it.
I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of like a show called like Princess Di, like the musical? Or like, I don't know, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Throwback to last week's episode.
City on Fire. The one and the only Jenna Wall is going to be here, guys. So excited. So we'll be graced with her lovely self and her lovely accent, and I'm very excited for that. And then I'm going to call it the sweetest episode of all time for March 10th.
The sweetest episode of all.
The sweetest episode of all. Guys, it's going to sound so silly, but I think Amber and I are the biggest fans of Johnny and Zach from Schmackery's. Schmackery's in the house. Beep, 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 beep. On March 10th. I'm going to ask them if they brought cookies for everybody. But
literally, you created a monster. I cannot go to New York without having at least a cookie or two.
I will not show you my freezer right now. And Amber and I had a great opportunity. Oh, yeah, that's what we didn't mention. In between Romeo and Juliet and Drag. No. Romeo and Juliet and 27 Tavern.
Dungeons and Drag. Oh,
geez. We went over to the Schmackery's event that was featuring the Book of Mormon because they now have a new collaboration.
So fun.
Amber fangirled so
I fangirled so hard. I was like geeking out.
So hard. All right. Should we actually do a show now?
Yeah. Okay. Back to news.
Sorry.
All right.
That's what happens. I
don't know if anyone else watched, but we had Trisha's Big Broadway Dream that played last week at the St. James with humongous names like Sutton Foster, Rachel Zegler, Joy Woods, Ben Platt. So let us know if you watched it. Yeah. Amber Ardolino. I kind of wanted to, but I haven't had a chance to yet. So I don't know if you still can live stream.
There's more important things we have to watch, like the 150th celebration of the Palais Garnier for the Phantom of the Opera hosting the entire event.
I know, but Joy Woods.
I know, but Phantom.
But I heard Joy didn't even sing, so that's okay.
Blasphemy.
Yes.
We'll go see Joy Woods sing at Gypsy. And speaking of, this is going to be the highly caffeinated migraine episode. This is great. ADHDers unite. What's going on at your house with the fur tax that we've got?
She's asleep. I don't want to go. I'll get her at the end of the episode.
You can tell them about her.
I have a pregnant cat. And I'm calling her Mama Rose.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that she has babies that I can call Baby June and Louise and Herbie and Chowsy and Tulsa. And someone said egg roll, which is really cute.
And I said that you're missing Carolina Cal because you love going moo 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 moo.
I do love
mooing.
I do love mooing.
And so we don't get censored. Amber was trying to figure out, like, I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch. And she's like, my kittens before they hatch. And I said, your plank before they pop. And it was very inappropriate, but only Amber would appreciate that joke. So yeah, it's been a really entertaining last couple of days.
But I will bring the cat over before the end of the episode.
Oh,
she's gorgeous. She deserves to have her moment.
Yeah. Ooh, Carlos, let's read this. Hold on. Someone wrote that Audra can't belt, so it's just soprano. Any thoughts? I love Audra, so it makes me a tad sad. It's not a Patty earthquake for me, if and when I see it. Carlos, you have come to the right place because Amber loves Gypsy.
Loved it. I don't necessarily disagree that it wasn't like a full-blown earthquake,
Earth
but for
rattling, yeah.
me, it wasn't about the power behind the note because it was so much power behind the emotion
Yeah.
and the story and the way that this whole production is told.
Yeah.
It's
And it's using some of like the original vaudeville set design. Like people, and I've had friends that have been going from Orlando up to see it. I mean, it's Audra Gypsy. Like really, like they're selling that. Audra does an incredible job, but I feel like in order, like I get it, like that Patty rumble, that earthquake, but also be in the room and see how it hits because I feel like it's going to hit you in a different way. And yes, Jeff Cohen, where does it say Rose has to be a belter? It doesn't say Rose has to be a belter. I think it's just what we've come to expect, especially during Rose's turn, to just bam, like hit you upside the head with it because it's very powerful of a song. So Carlos, when you go see it, please let us know because it's such a powerful emotional thing when you're in the Majestic and sitting there and watching this really talented cast. It's a great freaking cast. It hits, but it doesn't knock you over the head where you're done the rest of the show. You're still alive and breathing.
And it gave me goosebumps in a different way.
Did it give you cow bumps?
It did. It gave me Caroline cow bumps.
Caroline cow bumps. Amber doesn't stop quoting Gypsy.
I will never stop mooing.
I really think that you're going to have to do Sunset Boulevard walk with Caroline the cow.
Yes. That's my dream. If there was a cow in Sunset Boulevard, I think it would be like a perfect musical.
There might be a cow in Sunset Boulevard. There might be. Amber had this really awesome video that she sent me today of Derek Klena singing some Sunset Boulevard. And I like nearly wet myself.
So good. It's such a good performance.
Carlos says the challenging music, Ethel Merman was always in mind. Yep. When they wrote it for her. So it's usually equal or better than the original. That's all I meant. It's not necessarily meant to be pretty. No, I agree. It is rough. There you go. Take it.
I haven't seen Mandy, so I can't. I'm dying to see Mandy.
Yeah.
Dying to see Mandy. I just like need to make it on a weeknight into the city when I'm like not broke.
And to me, I think it's like better or worse is very much like perception because you can be in a mindset where you really need this performer to be on. For example, let's go to Cabaret, my wheelhouse for a second. I've seen everybody except Marsha. I really enjoyed Eddie's creepiness. I love David Marino's like cat-like movements and vocal range. Adam is like a freaking rock god and is a little bit saucy and spicy. So like blended together, they make a perfect MC, but sometimes I'm really in the mood for an Adam MC. Sometimes I'm really in the mood for a David Marino MC. Like, I think it's just a matter of like what you're in the mood for, what's going to happen. Manny Gonzalez is incredible.
And I just posted in our group that we do have an official date for the additional standby Rashidra Scott on the April 20th matinee. It was officially announced via SeatGeek that she will be making her Norma Desmond debut on that day, pending illness or injury prior to that performance that she doesn't need to jump in and stand by before. But I'm very excited. People in the group are very excited and they're buying tickets left and right. Already people are like, I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing about this so I can check out this cover. So people, I think, aren't just interested in this Sunset Boulevard for Nicole. I think they just like the production and want to see different takes on it.
I agree. Sorry, guys. I am dealing with somebody in one of our groups got scammed outside of our group and came to us asking for help with legitimacy. So I'm going to take this moment to interrupt. Please, when you are purchasing something, if you're unsure, I know it can be exciting and you're in the moment, make sure you ask exactly what you need. Make sure there's a reason that we have name and date cards. Amber, I've lost you. You look like you're sleeping.
No, I'm just checking. I'm just going through my notes.
I was like, and Amber's asleep. But there's lots of ways. And if you ever question the legitimacy of something, please reach out, because very quickly I was able to confirm with somebody from that show whom the signature was from and the legitimacy of it. So we got you guys. Please know that. Oh, Cheyenne, I love what you said. And that's the beauty of theater. Every role can be played a different way. Damn right. Damn right. And it can also be enjoyed every single different way. All right. What's left of the notes, my friend?
This is actually personal for us. The February 1st matinee of Redwood was canceled due to cast illness. And then later that evening, Jessica Phillips made her Jessie debut. Jessie is the Idina Menzel character. So she made her Broadway debut, not her Broadway debut, but her debut of Jessie as that character on Broadway. For Redwood. So that was very exciting. And ask Heather what I made her do that day for our members.
Amber's very passionate, so am I. And we were like, well, fuck it. We're going to go do it. So while we were walking over towards 20-sided, right? Because I think we did Dee Dee Soup Dumpling and we were like scheduling it. Amber wanted to go to the Redwood box office to confirm if Idina was going to be in or not. Because, yes, it's really incredible what Broadway Direct is doing. If you buy a ticket for the show and Idina is not in, you are still welcome to sit there for the understudies. Absolutely. And you're invited back with tickets to come see Idina at a future date. So, yes, we walked over to the Redwood box office.
We did. We walked over just for you guys to confirm whether or not it would be Idina, so we could post in our group for our members that we knew would be seeing the show.
And Amber, the entire day and night after that, she was like, "We were the first ones to break that news.
Broke it. We broke it.
we beat understudies.org, and we love understudies.org.
We love understudies.org. We love you, but we broke it. So funny."
Carlos is full of these great questions tonight. And I'll help answer questions, but I know neither one of us had the opportunity to see Tammy Faye, but several of our friends and family did. So Carlos says, so I saw the tag with Tammy Faye, saw it twice and thought it deserved a chance. What went wrong? Inflated material. Could maybe the big actor names made it too long, like Boral and Cerberus. Didn't need those big full-blown songs. In my opinion, and again, this is strictly my opinion, in talking with different people like Ginger Minge, who was actually at opening night, and several friends who attended the show during previews, it was not the right time for the show to be out. And I think the world needed a little, I would love to see that show out all the time. I think it just wasn't given the opportunity. This season and last season, especially this season though, is seeing so many really incredible shows open and close really quick. Swept Away.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to make it about another show, but Swept Away had such a fan base. They just released their cast recording. People are losing their ever-loving minds over it, and we're never going to see that show on Broadway.
Right.
For the foreseeable future. And they spent like 5 or 6 years on that show, and they were open, what was it, 29? How many performances, Amber? You know this.
I don't remember. I don't know.
But yeah, it's important to support shows when they're out, because you never know what their expiration date is or why. It could have been marketing. It could have been any of the above. But I just think it was just not the right time.
There was a lot of competition, yeah.
It's just, there's so many shows that's throwing themselves right out there. Yeah, Olivia, exactly. There was just so much competition. Lempicka, which spent 14 years, you absolutely have a point there. And Jeff asked, will Your in Town move to Broadway like Studio 54? Don't know. I mean, that'd be really cool. Josh Breckenridge, when he is done with that run, is going to be coming on the podcast and we can ask him. So, all right, Amber.
All right, next up, we have some Gatsby news. Sarah Hyland starting as Daisy as of today because Eva Noblezada played her final performance on the 30th of January.
Because she had to go to London.
In the UK. She just did her Riva show, which I saw pictures on Instagram. They looked adorable. And then she will be doing the pro shoot and then back to the US for Cabaret. Very exciting. And news about the Hadestown pro shoot is that Philip Boykin had to step in for Patrick Page because Patrick Page is out due to injury. So we're interested to see what will happen with that. For now, it's just a week, and the filming isn't due to begin until I believe like the 22nd. So there's still time. And people, from what I've been reading on the pages, like the Hadestown pages, people seem to be excited to get the chance to see Philip over there. But I'm sure
it's amazing. Okay. Now you haven't seen both of them, right? You've only seen the touring.
Correct.
Okay. So I saw Hadestown in 2019. It was the very last show. Actually, I take that back. That and Little Shop I saw on the same day was the last shows I saw before COVID. And Hadestown was like brand new. I actually held the microphone that Andre DeShields was using as Hermes. And it was the original cast, which was mind-blowing and incredible. Patrick Page is on the original Broadway cast recording. He's got the low central, and he's so sweet.
So good.
And then I had the opportunity to meet with Philip last year with the Hittens at last year's the 2024 Broadway Con. Hittens and I, that's an infamous show where we were tapped on the shoulder at the stage door and the lady complained because Jordan Fisher didn't come out. But Philip is lovely, and my oh my, does he have a velvet voice too? The voice. It is the voice. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, would I be upset if I paid to go to the UK to go see Patrick Page? Yes. But am I an understandable person? Absolutely. He got injured. They're not going to release any more information. They're going to do the best they can. I mean, it happens, guys. Like, people have to be considerate and understanding that these people, their whole livelihood depends on their voice, their eyes, their voice, their body movement. Like, if you can't perform, you don't have a job, and they're not just getting paid to sit around. Like, this is their livelihood. So they're going to do whatever they can to get better. And if that means sitting out a couple of shows, let them sit out a couple of shows without making them feel like the worst person in the world.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next up, the Swept Away album was released, I believe, Friday, if dates serve me correctly.
I believe you're right.
It's absolutely incredible the way that it was mixed, the dialogue and the music. It makes you feel like you're part of that show again.
It reminds me of how Hadestown cast recording is, to be honest.
It's fantastic. It's really, really good. And again, we'll be having Matt DeAngelis on the show on the 24th, which is a day after their saloon sessions, which will be February 23rd at Hurley's, which I believe is all sold out. So congrats to them for another sold out.
And let me tell you guys, if you've never been to Hurley's, they're not a sponsor. Maybe one day. I love going to Hurley's. It's an Irish pub. It's been around for forever. They have, it's going to sound so weird, the best baked potato skins. And like, it's so close to everything in the theater district. And that's a lot of people go there and just hang out. And it's like dark and danky, but they're open late. And that's what I love about it. Mm-hmm. A lot of our members have been asking like, where do I go to eat? Or and like, I'm always going to be like, Dee Dee Soup Dumpling. Because it's just easy. Amber and I have lots of meetings there.
We do.
We destroyed the menu there last time we were there.
We were starving. We were
starving. We ate like 8 different things off the menu.
All right. I have two more bits of news. Let me rush through them.
I'm here.
This is huge. Natasha Yvette Williams, Jenna Bainbridge, and Daniel Cugino will be joining Broadway's Wicked. That means that Suffs alum Jenna Bainbridge will become the first wheelchair-using actor to take on the role of Nessa Rose on stage. So not only do we have the first African-American, why am I about to say Glinda? Because we already had one of those, Elphaba, but we also now having the first wheelchair-using Nessa Rose, which 20 years too late, just saying.
Yes. Well, yeah. But, you know, it had to happen. What?
Yes. And then last but certainly not least, Titus freaking Burgess. You guys, Titus Burgess is going to be our next Mary Todd Lincoln in Oh Mary.
I really, I love Titus. I need to go see it now, right now. Do we know the dates he's actually in?
Yes. Beginning March 18th with a final performance set for April 6th.
So I just might need to be at your house half of March. Cool. I'm just going to stay at your house, and then I'm just going to fly down to Miami and go on my cruise.
That is just the coolest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, that is really incredible. It's going to be.
I saw an interview with Cole where they were saying that, like, if they want anyone to play the next iteration, they want it to be Titus, and here we are with that coming to fruition.
Yep,
I love it.
Yeah, yes, I can't say anything more. Yes.
Yeah,
it's going to be hella amazing and incredibly cool, and I'm very jealous for the people that get to see it.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. All right, that's my last bit of Broadway news, so let's talk about some shows.
Okay. You're driving the bus here, babe.
First up, you saw Gatsby, so you first.
I know we kind of briefly talked about it when we talked with Michael and with Tukes. My, I love me some Ryan McCartan. I really do. I've seen Gatsby twice. I saw Jeremy Jordan, right when the show was coming out. And I saw Ryan. I specifically wanted to see Gatsby because I love Ryan. I mean, JD as Gatsby? Come on, it's a natural.
The JD to Gatsby pipeline is so strong.
Yeah, and for those who don't know,
Ryan, and now Jamie Moscato in the West End. Yep. I love it.
It's like a natural, it's so weird, but it's a natural fit. And if you guys don't know who JD is, Heather's the musical. Guys, so incredible. He doesn't do he does a little bit of that accent that Jeremy had, but it's not so heavy. It's actually more more normal. And I saw him do it with Yvonne. Obviously, it was with Sam was there. He was so damn good. And it was really fun to watch him. I was talking to our friends that, work the lobby, merch, and they were like, wait till you hear this, wait till you see this. And the fans are different. Because the JJ fans are very Newsies and Has Been Hotel, and anything Jeremy Jordan has ever done ever. And then the Ryan McCartan fans are Liv and Maddie, Disney kids. But Ryan was so good. His notes just hit a different way. His options and his ops to go are mind blowing. And then I stage doored because why not? I wanted to introduce myself to him, represent the brand and the company and the group and everything else. Words would be great because everyone's blowing me up on Discord right now. This is fun. I talked to Sam because for those of you that don't know, I was the associate producer Live with Ryan Friends. And last January, we had Sam Pauly as our guest right before it was announced that she was doing Gatsby. And it was right after, when I talked to her at Stage Door that Friday, right after she had that viral video about somebody getting violent at the Stage Door. And so I told her she needs to come on the pod, and she said she's down. So we're so excited to hopefully be able to have her in the show sooner rather than later because she is great. But Ryan was just the loveliest creature. And when I tell you guys, I talked to security, we're all just hanging out. He took his time with every single fan. When we told him about the fan group and the fact that his family was in the fan group, He was flabbergasted and just like, oh my God, I have to call them. He's delightful. Please go see him and go support the show because the show is incredible on its own. And it just like reinvigorated my love for it. But like, please go see him and support the show. And now with Sarah Hyland, I did see that Carlos had posted earlier about Sarah Hyland, that she was constantly on late night shows singing, claiming she's not a singer, so vague. Why was she highlighting now she's a lead? Very odd. That was what Carlos stated. I heard Sarah sing when they did the Audrey 2 statue dedication in Times Square for Little Shop's 5th anniversary. And she can sing. This girl can sing. And I think knowing how Eva sings and knowing how Sarah sings, I think it's going to be great. I feel like she's going to play it just a little bit younger than Eva plays. But Ryan also plays a younger Gatsby. Jeremy played this like love-learned fool and a little bit like aggressively obsessive. And Ryan played it as like this mopey golden retriever, but like ready to die for love. And it was a very different kind of Gatsby than I experienced before and that I walked into. And I was very happy to see the show. And I like squeed as I walked away. I did call Amber like right afterwards because the same guy who's been harassing everybody at stage doors and box offices showed up and security was not freaking having it and kicked him out. So security's on it. We love everybody that is on top of it. Be safe at the stage door. Be kind at the stage door. Which brings us to like the Romeo and Juliet stage door too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, moving on.
Our next show was...
I love this. It's like a test for her.
I forgot.
Romeo and Juliet.
No, it was before that.
It was Cabaret.
It was Cabaret. Thank you.
Guys, we're sober. This is Happy Monday to us. It was Cabaret.
Because I wanted to see Adam and Alili in the role.
And we got to hang out with Olivia at Schmack's.
We got to. This was actually... We also got to hang out with Rachel. We also got to hang out with Sebastian.
Yep.
We had a very busy day.
We did, and it was fun. And I'm going to give a warning now. Heed my advice. Should I give them my warning?
Sure.
Do you know what warning I'm giving them?
Don't laugh during the gorilla song?
No, my experience with my ticket.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I got permission from Amber. All right. We love a TDF or a TKTS ticket. Discounted tickets are wonderful, especially if it's a show that's like crazily sold out. I came specifically to New York to go hang out with Amber and Rachel and see Olivia and see Sebastian. But I didn't have a ticket for cab because Amber didn't know I was going to come up just for the show. And she only had one ticket. So I went to TKTS. I specifically spent the night in New York near TKTS at our new friends at the West in Times Square, which we'll tell you guys all about later. But I asked for a ticket. I very specifically asked for the traditional seating side. So if you're ever looking at the map for Cabaret, there's a circle in the middle, there's a top, and there's a bottom. The bottom is where the traditional audience side is. The top is what used to be the stage that's now been renovated. It's just personal preference for me because it's closer to the accessible restroom, at least in my opinion. You don't have to walk straight across the entire theater to get to your seating. It's quicker for the stage door. Like I just have become accustomed sitting everywhere. The seats, the view, everything is great. But I asked the guy very specifically where it was. He goes, oh, I've got a great center orchestra seat. Hold on, my computer is dying, so if it starts to die, I'll let you know. I said, okay, and it's not under the overhang of the mezz. And he was like, nope, blah, 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 blah. I dropped some money on it. I was like, okay, I'm excited. We went in, yes, confirming they do no longer have the schnapps shots, and that's fine. Went in. Amber was like running late from the train. That was a whole hell of a day for you too. And went in. She missed the exit, and that was fun. And then missed the train, but you made it. And
by the skin of my teeth.
By the skin of your teeth. Went to go load into the theater, and I already knew. And we love the house management over there, and they're all wonderful. And the head ushers, everyone's great. My seat was on the non-traditional side. It was on the stage side. to the traditional stage side. It was under the hang of the mez. And it was a very uncomfortable seat for me in a couple of different ways. One, I felt very far back. Two, with my concussion, I'm hyper aware of everything. So when somebody has their cell phone out, the light is now also reflecting onto the overhang above us. Or there was an older lady using her phone's flashlight to look for something for about 10 minutes. Or the people to my left, because I was third in, had like Tiger Balm or something very heavily fragranced and were snoring because they were sick. Or people were talking, and it was just like, guys, the show might be called Cabaret, but it is not meant to just sit and hang out with your friends. It's a freaking show. And I talked during intermission to the head usher, and she was so wonderful. She moved me to the other side. There were very little seats. It was just because somebody wound up not coming. Like, it was practically a sold out show. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed the rest of the show, but it was just a little bit overwhelming and stressful. And I put a complaint in with TKTS because when I asked specifically at the window where the seats were, there were reasons for it because of my accessibility needs and, what I need to not want to punch people. And I'm paying money for it. Like, please help. So it has nothing to do with the August Wilson and their staff. They're amazing. And honestly, like, I buy from TKTS all the time. I've maybe had like 2 or 3 issues in 20 years. So it's a little bit, yes, the head usher is so amazing. Exactly. Head usher. There we go. As Olivia says, just really frustrating. But yes, we went there, and then all of us went over to Ellen's Stardust Diner for lunch.
Well, should we talk about the gorilla song?
Do we want to?
I don't know. Should we?
I'll let you talk about it. I'm going to let you talk about it while I get the power cord, because I think I'll get overly emotional.
Just in general, Adam has been making his presence known
rightfully
at that
so.
Moment. Exactly.
And if nobody knows what we're talking about,
there is a moment in the show where there is a song about being in love with someone who's different, and in the end, the big reveal is that the person who is different, it's played by a gorilla the whole time, is actually a metaphor for a Jewish person. The line in the show is, she wouldn't look Jewish at all, instead of, she wouldn't be this gorilla at all. So it's a metaphor for, what people deal with, the racisms, the experiences that people have. And it's a very solemn, serious moment. And people laugh regularly.
Well, and I've sat at shows silly. Where people didn't laugh at all and knew what happened. And there's been times, and this one was excessive.
Right.
Excessive.
Right.
Excessive. Like, I'm going to say that 3 times. It was bad, guys. And
people were like straight up like belly laughing,
chortling, snorting. And Adam repeated it again, that it was, she wouldn't look, it was kind of like, no, you're not understanding. She wouldn't look Jewish at all. And he gave them a second opportunity to not laugh. And they laughed harder. And I don't know Adam, as intimately as some people do. I know him from having a lovely conversation with him at the stage door several times. The look on his face was hurt, disgust, and just utter disappointment.
Right. And
he just had this, like, his whole demeanor changed. And I sat there with chills. And, we talked about that at lunch. So our happy, fun booth at lunch at Ellen's was very much like, oh yeah, Adam was fucking pissed. Like, that was pretty much the connotation of it.
But it speaks a lot for someone of Adam's caliber to use that moment as a teaching moment for an audience you can tell that is not understanding. So
but good on him for taking. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean. So so thank you, Adam, for doing that. Like, he doesn't have to take the weight of that teaching moment on,
but he does.
And to do that is is truly, I just appreciate it.
It's so meaningful to see that, and like that's that like standing up to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Melly says it great. She says, I love how I stood his ground and spoke up, and out I would have bawled my face off. Yes, probably. Cheyenne, I agree. To quote one Stephanie Judith Tanner, how rude. Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling. But we won't get into the politics of it. And I will say, here in Orlando, they are doing a local presentation of cabaret, and friends of mine are scared to even attend this in the Jewish faith because they know how politically charged it is, and you know they're already hurt. And I'm like, yeah, hi, welcome to cabaret. I think it's an important show. I'm going to keep preaching. Go freaking see it if you can. If you have kids and your kids are mature enough to see girls running around and stuff and seeing, you know,
baguettes pulled out of people's bums.
Right. Plungers being, whatever, that's fine. Like, if you're, go see it. It's an important message. It's like, I hate to use Avenue Q against cabaret. My God. It's entertainment to make the depth of the seriousness of what's actually happening digestible. And they do a hell of a job doing it.
No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. All right. So what's next?
So then after that, we had a lovely dinner at Ellen's. We saw some wonderful performers. They were fantastic.
We had some really ooey gooey cheesy quesadillas and mac and cheese bites.
Delicious food. And then we went to our Drag the Musical meetup at Schmackery's, where we met up with Olivia. It was very fun. We got to hang out.
Melly. Melly said, well said. Thank you.
And have some delicious cookies. And just talk Broadway stuff. So that was very fun. Then we went over to Drag the Musical, where we met more of our members in the vestibule there.
The vestibule.
And
we got new members too.
Waiting for the show. We got some new members there as well. So shout out to, I believe, Steven.
So many.
We met there. I believe we met Steven there. And then we went and we saw Drag the Musical.
We had the best seats. The
best seats with the new Shredder Ariel with
who was just on the podcast.
Who was just on the podcast with Jimbo and with Adam Pascal. Since we had both seen it.
Wait. You just said Adam Pascal. You mean Adam freaking Pascal.
Adam freaking Pascal.
Yes, much better.
And Yair was on for Remy and was on for Brendan, and neither of them had not seen him. We saw Remy last time, so we got to see some new cast members. I got to see some new costumes because when I saw it, it was in preview, so that was very cool for me. And everybody got to see
Jimbo's boobs grow every scene.
And everybody got to see Jimbo's boobs grow with every moment that you could get. Jimbo did play her last performance in Drag the Musical, and now Alaska is back. So if you do want to go see Drag the Musical, you will get to see the OG Kitty Galloway, Alaska.
Oh, and hey, we run that fan group too. Go to www.thebroadwayfanclub.com. We want to extend a thank you to Tomas and company for sponsoring tickets for us. So we had a nice hosted show, and then we went to the stage tour and got so many. I think every cast member that was there came out.
Oh, Melly, you definitely want to see Drag the Musical. It
100%.
is such a fun show.
100%. Yeah, no, it was so much fun. And then we have that playbill that we're doing our giveaway for. So make sure you join the Drag the Musical fan group and participate. And we'll be doing that giveaway and many, many more. And again, we will have another Drag the Musical cast member on next week, Jaylaine Marcos. So super excited about that. Yeah. And then we got to the train.
I took my usual train nap. Heather took pictures of me
because you decided that your hip hop rapper name was like Burnt Marshmallow now.
Burnt Marshmallow. Yeah.
Because she's got like a big furry black jacket. She said she's Burnt Marshmallow now, and then she hid in it, so it's just her feet. And
yes, it was.
We have a good time when we're together, guys.
Sure.
Oh, Melly says
Then
Alaska's still in it. Melly, Alaska is back. Alaska went out to the UK for a hot minute. Alaska is back.
Alaska is back. Yes. So Alaska back in action. Very exciting stuff. So then we had a week without shows in Connecticut where we just hung out.
But we also worked in my Carrie the Musical cosplay in
We
90
did.
degree weather outside.
We did do some things. And then we went back to the city for Heather went there for the Schmackeries thing, which I will let you tell
Influencer Hour, Friends and Family. Yeah, so it's the new location in Union Square. Alex and Cece are the new franchise owners of that location. First time ever running restaurant in New York, but so nice. That entire staff is ready to take your damn order. And met some really nice influencers in the New York area. We're not influencers, but we kind of get lumped into that, and that's okay. But we met some really incredible people. I made bracelets. Amber helped me because we're like, what should we put? So both Zach and Johnny have Cookie Daddy bracelets, and they also have a potato bracelet
and they look like cookies.
They look like cookies. So that was super fun. Great things happen when we're together. But yes, I've got a giant box of cookies so that the next morning, all we ate before we went to Romeo and Juliet were cookies.
Cookies, yeah. Mm-hmm. And let us tell you about Romeo and Juliet.
I know we're running over an hour, but I don't really care because I could just.
I don't really care either. It was so fun. First off, Heather won a bear out of the
God. So stop. So I've never been into the Circle in the Square Theater. Have you?
No.
Okay. So guys, it's like you wouldn't even know it's a theater if you didn't know it existed. It's like literally in the
it kind of reminds me of like a mall movie theater.
Yes, well that's what New World Stages was.
Yes.
So like you go underground and then it's like it was very 80s night, like early 90s, early 2000s. Neon, and then I had heard rumors that there was a teddy bear crane machine, but like it's $1 and then like it goes to a foundation.
And the teddy bear like if you buy it from the merch table is like $35.
Oh, I didn't even know if they had it at the merch. Oh, yeah. I didn't even look.
It's like
they had so much fun merch. They have like the Youth is Fucked, which is definitely the shirt that I got. It was like Romeo and Juliet established, whatever, $15.97. Yeah. Amber got her magnet because you guys can see the most expensive refrigerator behind her. We counted up, but we're at $2,400 so far.
Yeah, it's like a stupid amount of money that I spent on magnets.
So weird. Anyways, but yeah, that's all her thing is her magnet. And I was like, I'm gonna go try to win a bear, and I did. And then Amber's like, "Will you? No, I don't need you to. No, we'll do it." That was like during intermission, and I totally messed it up, and I was sad. But you had a great idea. We went over to the snack area, like the concessions, even though we both had bottles of water. And you found, what did you find, Amber?
They had really cool aluminum water bottles for sale.
Reusable.
They're reusable water bottles. Yeah. They were very cool. More shows to definitely start doing that.
And it was like $6 or $7.
Yeah, I think it was like $8.
Yeah, and like it's like pH balanced water or whatever. It was really good.
Very cool.
We met the very nice house manager who's going to be doing that. That's also going to be where Just in Time is going to be.
Yes.
And we got a little bit of insight in that. But yeah, we had the tickets were from TDF. And let me tell you, I think our seats were so freaking good.
Yeah, we had great seats.
Like the theater is pretty small, but there's really not a bad seat in the house. And this cast used the entire theater. Like they were running up and down the catwalks, and like they like so Rachel would be on one side, so you had like the Capulet side and the Montague side. So Kit would be on one side, like leaning against a giant teddy bear, and like Rachel would be like hanging out, and there's like the like musical director who's pretty much just a DJ.
Right.
Oh, hold on. Marco says, stand by. Oh, were you there for the matinee? Yes, Marco says, I was there at Romeo and Juliet Saturday for that matinee. I won standing room only tickets, but right before the show started, they offered a seat on the fourth row of the Romeo side. We loved the show and had a great time.
I love that.
Yes. I like this. So this, it's a theater in the round. circle in the square, hello. And so you can kind of see everything. And they have the storytellers come out. And go ahead, Amber. I know you've got like a theater boner.
It was like the 1998 Leonardo DiCaprio movie was performed on stage. Like it was like there was like glitter and stuffed animals.
It's my whole life.
And like
holographic sequence.
And like graphics and graphic tees and like
it no was sets.
No,
the only set is like a suspended bed.
A suspended bed
back
and
up into the
blow-up
rafters.
chair.
And a blow-up chair, which I was laughing at because Kit would like throw himself. It's only like the first scene. Kit would like flop himself down on like a blow-up couch essentially.
Yeah.
And it kept scooting onto the laps of the people in the front row. And I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know if I'd be mad because all I have is a giant inflatable chair on me or like so excited that Kit Connor's pretty much sitting on my face. That sounds really
It was so cool. I like loved every second of it.
Yes.
Like I loved every minute of it.
I love Shakespeare. I took a British literature class in high school and like love Shakespeare. Love. And I saw some people talking about Romeo and Juliet. They're like, oh my God, I was so bored. And I couldn't believe that people were laughing at it. Guys, Romeo and Juliet is written to be a comedy.
Funny. Yeah. It's a very funny show.
And there's some cast members who play multiple roles. It was just so good. It was like if you've ever seen a show at the Renaissance, like Renaissance festivals, it was like that, but in a theater where like it was just them. And like there was this one cool thing, and I'm not going to really give away the scene, but like the freaking stage flips open to reveal like a flower bed.
Right.
Amber and I were just like, oh, that's so cool. But it was so much fun. And it's not a musical.
There's there are a couple songs.
Yeah. And there's technically almost a third. And then that Paris tries to do it, and then it just kind of squashed. But it was really fun. They're running around. They're like talking to the ushers. It's very well done. I can't believe they're run. Yeah, Cheyenne. Holy crap. That sounds awesome. It is. It is.
It was so fun.
And Marco says, Sola, who played both Juliet's mother and father. Oh, yeah. It was amazing. Had such a powerful voice. They were incredible.
Everyone in that show was like a powerhouse.
Exactly. I don't think there was somebody that
John Perez was Paris, had an incredible voice.
Yes. Yep. And they made him a douchebag. I mean, because Paris was technically that.
Yeah.
But it was so good. And Amber and I were both like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then we went to
work hard to impress.
Yes. But we were like, oh, we don't want to like leave too early, but like, okay, everyone's standing. We happen to be like, have an aisle, and we like hauled ass out. The freaking stage door had already had like 200 people there. It was freezing cold. And we were both like, I don't think they're coming out. No, I don't think they're coming out. Do you want to wait? I don't know. Do you want to wait a couple minutes? We can wait like 5 more minutes. And sure enough, security's like, it's too cold. Thanks for hanging out. People were like, I paid money for this. I'm like, no, you paid money for the show.
You did not pay money for that. Yeah.
It's not a thing it's not a guaranteed thing, but like we had a bunch of bracelets. Amber busted her ass on to get all these bracelets made for the cast and crew. And we were very fortunate to be able to hand them off to the head of security who brought them over. So thank you for that. Yes. And then we were like, well, we're going to be right on time for the thing at Schmackery's with Book of Mormon. And I recorded, I'll put a post on the group. Which reminds me, guys, keep an eye out on the groups this week because we're going to be releasing our Patreon link, and you can see all the behind the scenes craziness and all sorts of weird, crazy stuff that Amber and I were up to. Yes, Melly says, if you're comparing it to the Baz Luhrmann movie, I'm so down. Yes, except no Leonardo DiCaprio, but Kit Connor in his place.
Yes, it was so good.
It was very, very good.
And I have to tell you guys, when we went to the Book of Mormon event, PJ Adzima was there, who plays Elder McKinley. And I walked up to the counter and he goes, hi. And I was like,
no.
Can
you do that again?
No. Can you do it again, but say hello? Like I
literally was like, it on camera.
I'm expecting like a Book of Mormon, like, hello. So I literally like made him give me a hello. It was amazing.
And you too can watch that video on our Patreon, release later this week.
literally my favorite Elder McKinley. I love him. He's
You
so
fangirled
funny.
hard, but those boys
I
were so
did.
nice.
They were
And their
great. It
cookie
was
was
so
good.
fun. The
Their
cookie was
like
really good.
Oreo, but like with like a cream cheesy thing, and like they
Yeah.
actually help decorate them, and so it's like a little Oreo crust tie.
And it was called This Cookie Will Change Your Life. And oh boy, did it change our lives.
We had a good time. And then
We
what
did.
else did we do?
And then we froze our asses walking all the way to stage 42. Is that the name of it?
You missed
42?
2 things in between that. We already talked about us going to Redwood. And then we ate
went to
everything
Redwood.
on the menu at Dee Dee's.
We ate everything on the menu at Dee Dee's.
Oh!
No,
What?
I don't remember.
We walked over to the Little Pie Company.
Oh, yeah, we went over to the Little Pie Company and we got little pies. That's right.
And we got one medium-sized pie that they cut in half. And Amber and I really didn't eat any of it because we went right in. And then we ate it in the middle of the show.
Yes.
But yes, we did 20-Sided Tavern.
We did 20-Sided Tavern, and it was so much fun.
Neil Newbon was there, and it was a lot of fun. And Diego, who was on the show a couple months ago, was Warrior, and it kept hitting nat 20s.
Like 3 times.
And he did some, like, so you get to, like, do a toast, and he made his toast, like, it was a little bit political, but very understandable. Very understandable. But we actually made a lot of new friends and some new members, and everybody's been so kind. But Amber left us like, so, because she's like, I don't know anything about D&D, and I don't know if I would really like D&D because I'm really competitive when I play games, which I know and I love about you. And I'm like, no, but you're like playing with your party against like the common factor. And this bitch, I was like, did you have a good time? She's like, I still managed to be on the losing team. And I was like,
okay, listen. There were 3 point bars on the top of the screen with numbered points on
HP.
them.
So it's HP, which is their health.
I was on the team with the lowest points.
Okay, but here's the thing. So we had Diego.
Loser!
We had a warrior, a trickster, and a spellcaster, which is now what they call a mage. And Neil Newbound, who's like famous celebrity, and everybody in D&D freaking loves him, and he's very good looking.
Loves him, and he's
British.
So cute.
Yeah. And Amber was on his team. And yeah, he might have had the least amount of health, but she was on the freaking celebrity guest team. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
I was like, I lost. I would have thrown the game board.
She said this in the girls' bathroom. And when I called out the fact that she was on Neil's team, all the girls were like, oh, not fair. And then we stage toured. I've never stage toured that show because usually I'm just sitting and talking to like Shelby or somebody in the theater. And we were talking to the wonderful venue manager. And we went out to the stage tour and met the entire rest of the cast. And Murray was there. Murray actually runs her Discord too. So we're going to have all sorts of 20-Sided Tavern friends in here. So it was great. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the cat.
Oh, it looked like you were like trying to eat me.
She's coming.
Where's Mama Rose? Oh yes, we're going to get our fur tax in. But yeah, so we had a really good time. Because I stayed at our friends over at the W in Times Square. I came in Friday, so I did Friday, Saturday, Sunday, left Monday, and then I'm just gonna stop talking because there's a kitty on the screen. Hi, Mama Rose. She's so cute. Amber says she's 1.5 years old.
She's like between 1 and 2. We don't really know.
And she's preggers. And Amber has her for the next 3 months.
Yes.
Which means that when I go up in a couple of weeks, I get to hopefully see kittens. All the meow meows. So, but yeah, we had a good time. And then Amber and I froze our asses off walking over to Grand Central for you to catch your train.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because we had to go back to the hotel. And
somehow we got there and you were like, you only have 5 minutes. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, your train leaves in like 4 minutes. And you're like, okay, bye.
Bye. Nice to see you. Bye.
Bye-bye. And then, I went back to the W. I love them. They really are so wonderful over there. They were trying to booze me up the whole time, and they're so great to our members too. And then, yeah, I went over to Drama Bookshop on Monday to go get my Carolee Carmelo coffee.
No, you
And,
did something in between that.
oh, yeah, when I went to Life and Trust.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean a whole other episode?
A whole day. I was going to say,
No.
should we talk about this a different day so you could really dive in?
Probably.
Okay.
But I can give a Cliff Notes version. So Life and Trust is essentially by the same people that did Sleep No More. It is in FIDI, which is the financial district. It's like a 22-minute subway ride from Times Square over to the financial district. And it's a very safe walk, lots of people. I've gone into Conwell Coffee like during the day and like used my computer or got like my strawberry green tea matcha latte and my nata peanut butter and jelly. And so it's good to like go in this time, but I reached out because I was a little bit scared with my concussion. I didn't know if I'd be able to handle the stairs. But they were really, really, really helpful with the accessibility and the access to the elevator and making sure it was comfortable. The masks are super cool. You wear a mask, you're not supposed to talk or touch anybody, but it's very different. It's extremely immersive, like Life and Trust or like Sleep No More was. The choreography is from people that choreograph The Outsiders. So it's so cool. Oh, hi, Fraser. This is my first live stream. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the chaos. But yeah, so went through, made some new friends in line. They have like a required, which I think is smart, a required coat check, and it's like $5 or whatever. But you don't want to take your phone in. People were checking their watches and stuff. Like you got to really give into it. I think it's 6 stories, but Sleep No More was more like the story of Macbeth. And a little bit of like Rear Window and stuff. And Life and Trust is Faust. Still some Alfred Hitchcock and stuff mixed in, but there's like 40 cast members, and it's not a lot of talking. It's more interpretive dance or like really beautiful stuff. And the storyline was really well played. It's got a little bit of a spookier edge to it, which I loved. And the cool thing with like these immersive shows like Sleep No More, which is now closed, and Life and Trust is that
Are they though? Are they actually closed?
Yeah, Sleep No More is actually closed. They've actually started gutting everything out and auctioning everything off. They're closed like a year and 5 months after the time they made the first announcement. Yes. But yeah, it was like a sold out show at Life and Trust. Got there earlier. I got there at the 7:15 hour. You can essentially go right in. I ran into a friend that I haven't talked to since last year, who I've known for years. We kind of had a little bit of a falling out. So I ran into JJ, and that was like crazy. I was like, I'm so emotional right now. Okay, bye. Ran into the show, and the thing between Sleep No More audiences and now Life and Trust is you go for these one-on-ones, and the one-on-ones is where traditionally like the cast member will remove your mask and like recite a monologue with you or like give you something to take to another character. Like it's more of an immersion. She's so cute. More of an immersive experience. And so I go out into this floor that has like a cinema, and like I was researching stuff, but I didn't want to be too much. And within 5 minutes, I had my first interaction and one-on-one, and it was really cool. And I'm not going to give it away, maybe on the Patreon. But it was much more about being the observer, and it was really beautiful, and it was a great way to start. And I felt very comfortable. The set design was insane. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. There were some people who didn't really pay attention, where they were like holding hands, and you're not supposed to like block people or shove or run, and people were just crazy, but they get a little obsessive. And then Dorian Gray is in it. And I love the portrait of Dorian Gray, so that was really cool. Oh, Fraser says, I'm going to go see Back to the Future, the musical tomorrow night. Oh, Fraser, that's awesome. It's a great show. Seen it a bunch of times on Broadway. I'm glad we get to see it on the tour. But yeah, so Life and Trust, like, please go see it. We run the fan group for it. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff with them, so we're super excited. The ticket price is about the average price of a Broadway show, but it's a 3-hour immersive experience, something you're never going to experience. We always talk about it's a once in a lifetime experience when you see a show, even if you've seen a show over and over again. But truly, Life and Trust is like a very unique once in a lifetime show, even if you go 10 times, 50 times. So it's very cool. I cannot wait for Amber to go with me. Look at that face. She's like looking at the cat. She's going to ignore what I said. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have fun. But yeah, I got back to the hotel and I was like, I'm going to sleep now. And I did. And then I left the next day. And then I'm like, when am I going back?
Oh my God, not sponsored by Hershey World, but I also got to make a giant Reese cup.
Oh yeah, we got to do
I
that.
really wanted to do that. Like, I was like, Heather, can I be like the biggest tourist? And
I said, no, it's totally fine because I want to do that too.
I want to make a giant Hershey cup. It's already gone. I ate the whole thing. It was delicious.
But we also made friends with management there, and they gave us like bags of candy bars. So
it's in my. It's outside my door in my candy basket.
So yeah, it was I don't even know how it was gone, like essentially 2 weeks and then right back to reality here. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting rest of the month with all of our special guests and getting our Patreon up and running and getting our Spotify up and running. So please make sure you go check out again, www.thebroadwayfanclub.com. And oh my God, am I really a month and a half away from the freaking Broadway cruise?
You are.
Dude, I am insanely crazy to do this, and I love it. Marcos, how much was Life and Trust? He said, I've heard about it. I believe my ticket was $160, including fees. You can actually buy it at Conwell, and then you don't have to pay the service fees, which are like $18. So it's definitely worth it. But hit us up, and we'll give you some more details with that. I'm going to show you guys the Broadway Cruise website, because why not?
Oh, the Hershey cup. The Hershey cup, I think, was like $24.99, and it was like
bigger than Amber's head.
This pound of chocolate. It was so good.
All right, here. Yeah. I do not work for the Broadway Cruise, nor am I sponsored by the Broadway Cruise. I have a referral code you can use, which is the number 2 and then BFC, like Broadway Fan Club. It used to say big freaking coupon, and then I was like, oh, like the Broadway Fan Club. So it's 2 BFC. It'll save you $100 in your booking fee. This is what I've been obsessing about for almost a year. March 31st through April 4th is the Broadway Cruise 3, Miami to Cozumel. Roger freaking Bart, Shoshana Bean, Lauren Benanti, Wayne Brady, Corey Cott, His Arms, Casey Levy, Elsa herself, Brian Stokes Mitchell. Oh my God. Adam freaking Pascal. Is that where we're going with right now? Adam freaking Pascal. Soleil Pfeiffer, Anthony Rapp, Jeffrey Seller. Come on. Bob freaking Mackey and Will Van Dyke. So super excited about that. So it's a Monday through Friday. You leave Monday early morning. You come back Friday early morning. You're a day at sea. You have one day in Cozumel. You have a day at sea, and you're back. Let me see if I can pull up any of this other stuff. And then
I agree, Marcos. I thought it was going to be more expensive too. I was willing to pay at least $40 for it, but I was pleasantly surprised by the $25 price tag.
That's fun.
And Hershey World is very fun. They do like promos with Broadway shows, and you could like put your face on like chocolate bars of like Broadway shows. Like I have a Chicago chocolate bar.
Are we going back to me at any point?
Somewhere. Chocolate bars.
If you get Amber talking about chocolate or candy, she doesn't stop.
It's true.
It's like me and random stuff. Anyway, so back to the cruise. The 2 days at sea, you get a stage door autograph experience where the celebrity guests are separated out, and you get to have one thing signed by all of them. So you can either get like the ship bill, which is super fun. It's like your itinerary. They have posters for sale. There's going to be a couple of panels. There's going to be like women in Broadway panels. There's dance classes, like to learn like different dance choreography from different shows. There's Broadway karaoke. There's like Q&As, like full panels. The sing-along movies are fun. The theme nights this year, oh my God, I'm so excited. He looked amazing last year, by the way. But the sing-along or the theme nights this year are going to be high school reunion. So it's like high school based. And I am doing my Carrie the Musical. I'm so excited. Amber was so amazing in helping me do that. And then I have the Broadway Divas and Kings and Queens or whatever it was. And that's where my Mackie inspired, fully customized and self-created Audrey 2 is going to be. Here it is. Broadway Divas Costume Contest and Parade, hosted by freaking Bob Mackie. Dude, I'm dying.
So cool.
Dying. Shoshana Bean's hosting a whiskey tasting. There's a wine tasting with Casey Levy. Your drag queen girl, Summer Orlando, who you said is from like somewhere in Connecticut nearby, right?
She's local to me.
Yeah. Is hosting a drag brunch. There's the dance party, which is so much fun. These guys are so much fun. Oh, look, there's Austin Hinton and Kara Hinton.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, wait, there's my head. No, seriously, that's my hair. Okay, cool.
I love that.
So they were the poster children of the Broadway cruise too. Let me tell you, because they did their full. You could actually see her Persephone and his Hermes. That's hysterical. I haven't looked through this in a while. We keep updating the photos. But yeah, so I'm really excited, and it's taking place on the Norwegian Gem, which is a little bit smaller of a ship. And the cool thing is, it's just the people that are going to be for the Broadway cruise. They have a Starbucks, they have dining halls. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. They have different tickets. You can either get them where they are like part of your itinerary, like you're paying for these individual shows that are all part of that like club or the level, or if you're doing something like me, like I'm just basic and I don't need to sit through like these cabaret shows because they're live streamed throughout the ship, but you're entered into a lottery every day, which I think is really cool too. So I will stop sharing that, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm like in cruise brain already, which I love. So yeah, if you're interested in going on the cruise, at BroadwayCruise.com, promo code 2 BFC, it'll save you $100 on your boarding or your booking. And then the W Times Square, which is Amber and my favorite place in Times Square for hotels. If you use their cluster code E7103, that will get you a nice discount both there and the Westin Hotel in Times Square, and your destination fees will be removed. So yeah, keep on keeping the good fight. Amber, anything you'd like me to add to me just rambling the whole day?
No, I think that's all I wrote.
That's all she wrote, folks. We're so excited. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming up soon for the Broadway Fan Club. So please keep your eyes on the prize here. And it always blows my mind because some people don't know that we run so many groups and have so many people that like this stuff. We love it. And we can't wait to open up our Patreon because we're going to be doing exclusive podcast episodes, exclusive blogs. Like there's going to be all sorts of cool stuff. So we're here for it. We're here for you guys. We want to bring you guys Broadway whenever we can. That's why when Broadway is dark on Mondays, we keep the ghost light burning. But I have been your faithful host, Heather, and that right there is Amber looking for her cat, Mama Rose. What are you doing?
Breaking news.
Oh.
Miscast 2025 lineup was announced. Annalie Ashford, Danielle Brooks, Titus, Cole Escola, Jordan Fisher, Andrew Reynolds, Nicole Scherzinger, Philippa Sue, Aaron Javette.
Isn't that the article I sent you like 5 hours ago?
Jordan Tyson. I was at work.
She's my Marcos. Marcos says, thank you both. Very fun and informative. Enjoyed it. Thank you. This is us tired, migraine-y, and just rambling. So definitely join us every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Sign up for the groups on www.thebroadwayfanclub.com. If there's questions that you guys have for us, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help. We want to make sure that you guys have the best experience, whether you're visiting from outside of, New York, or if you're a local and you want to learn something new. We're happy to help. We love it. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Ciao for now, kids. She's so